100 miles on Zwift, take 2. This is how it ended last week. Oh, struggling with some real bad cramps here. Oh. But we are back for more.
Oh, you crazy.
So same as last week, I'm going to be jumping on the Evo CC base ride, exactly the same ride in the 3 to 3.2 watts per kilo category. I am not expecting to be like next level fitter from last week, but we're looking for progress. It's not perfection, we're looking for progress, so I'm gonna give it a good crack. Last week I went all out, shaved the legs, everything, and man got cramped big time. But this week we're not shaving the legs, we're being a little bit more chilled about it, and we're just gonna have a good crack and get some endurance work in. The reason why we're not shaving the legs though, that's a bloody full-time job. But here we go then, it's time for a good night's sleep, and I'll catch you in the morning for the big 100 miler on Zwift, take 2. And the day is upon us. It is 6:45 on a Sunday morning. Am I mad? Yes. Have I got to keep the noise down to not wake the missus? Yes. But I'm actually strangely excited about this. I'm a big believer in you've got to work your weakness to improve. So that's what we're doing. My weakness is endurance. I felt like last week I struggled massively with the heat and just under fueling on the turbo. I don't do a lot of turbo training, so it hit me hard last week. So this week we've got all the goods, and it's a carb drink in there this week. Last week I just had orange squash. So I'm hoping that is going to be the miracle juice for today's ride. Here we go then, 4 hours of a nutter in his conservatory in Lycra, sweating his arse off.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
Here we go then, pray for me. I weighed in this morning to see if I could gain any weight advantages, and I was weighing 67.9. It turns out you can't put the point in on Zwift, so I've had to stay at 68. What a saddo, trying to gain 0.1 of a kilo. But 182 people again. Madness. Jackets off. Literally a billion times harder than riding outside. And this, exactly the same jersey as last week, because it's an absolute write-off, this top now. It is unwearable outside, where I just absolutely stunk it out. So it's the turbo top now. That right there is why I ride outside, and because this is bloody brutal. But I probably shouldn't have set the turbo up facing the wall when you got a sunrise like that. That's 1 hour down, legs are not playing ball today. Just trying to keep the cadence higher than I normally would and keep ticking the legs over. I don't know, maybe I just haven't got the knack for Zwift, but everyone's like, yeah, I'm doing 3 watts per kilo. I'm averaging 239 at 68. I don't know the maths on that. 3.5. Like, have I just not got the knack for Zwift? I don't know what it is. No matter how far I get, I'm clocking up some good endurance miles in the legs. Every lap is this little bloody climb that just hits hard. That's where I struggle. Like, it's alright, and then everyone just turns into absolute climbing animals. It's only like, I don't know, 3% for a minute. To most, that is not a climb. To me, that is bloody out the Zwift. Halfway, and it's safe to say this is not going well. Man's in a shit state. 100k in the bank. The milk bottles are sliding down now, just literally anything to spike me up a little bit. But we're going for progress, try and get past where I shot my load last week. That is what we're talking about, progress. Actually made it past the point where I got spat last week. So little gains week on week is what it's about. The rocket to the rescue. literally just knocked the fan off and it's broken, so we're on second fan. Gonna open every window and door, please. Oh, that's me done. Couldn't do it. 133k. Oh, just gonna spin the legs out now. Disappointed to get so far, but it is a massive improvement, and I didn't want to go to the place I was last week where I was cramping up. I can sort of hold low zone 2 now, just to spin the legs out for a bit, maybe try and finish it off. And that is it, we have made it. Another 100 miles in the book, finishing with a little bit of dignity this week, rather than cramping up and all that. Sub 4 hours and 220 watts average, that is decent. And here we are again on the post 100 mile Zwift hike with Sarah. I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't manage to complete it all again. This was like my redemption week, and I was sort of hoping this little summary of the ride was going to go something like Sarah being like, "That's my man, finishing the ride with the fast group." But we didn't make it, and the main reason I pulled the plug on the ride was because it is Valentine's Day. Man needs to keep his strength up. Can we say that? We're saying it. But no, in all seriousness, the reason why I pulled the plug, I probably only had like 10k left in the legs. I started to feel them getting a bit ropey. So rather than, I think last week I only managed like 180 watts or something, I'll pop it on the screen. This week I actually managed 222 watts for the whole 100 miles, which is like a mega improvement for me. And what I'm always looking for, and like I try and preach to myself, is progress over perfection. We can't nail everything, and this is my weakness, so improving that is just like a huge goal for me, and it feels mega to get that improvement. And I know I can keep pushing on. One day we will finish that ride, but today is not that day. And as it's, you're right back there, love. I'm striding on today. Man's feeling good because he pulled the pin. But on a different note, it's Valentine's Day, and a little something about Sarah. You may have seen it if you've like watched my videos from the start. She is 1, a beast on the bike, but 2, she is a beast in the kitchen. And I'd say, would you say it's a passion? I'd say, I'm gonna say for her, a passion of hers is baking. But we haven't had a chance to do that this year because we were planning on getting married. So we were both like, well, I wasn't really trying to get in shape, but Sarah was trying to make sure she was looking at her best for the wedding day. That's now been cancelled, luckily. Rescheduled, luckily for her. She keeps dodging bullets. This is twice this has happened. So today on Valentine's Day, she is going to be baking. I'll overlay some clips now of what we got earlier because she started it. So calories do not count today because it is going to be a mega feast tonight. She's whipping up some chocolate brownies, and I'll show you the full footage later of that. It is going to be mega. And we were saying earlier, like, this was like a regular thing last year. Like every weekend I'd come back from a training ride, it'd be like some sort of chocolate brownie and that. That's why I'm like back at 68 kilos, because we're not whoa, that's slippy, because we're not smashing chocolate brownies and cookies. But I'll wrap the review up here. I'm proud of what I've done, and stay tuned because we're going to jump into tonight's epic meal and the chocolate brownies made by the champion. Have you ever seen someone so eager for a pizza that they watch it through the oven door? The extravaganza started like this. A starter which we had a minute ago, which I didn't film. I'll pop a picture up. We're on to the main, which we have ordered. It's called like a pizza pilgrim set, so we didn't make this. I'll show you what Sarah's looks like because it's going to be a lot nicer. Mine's looking a bit absolutely pepperoni overload, but the bit you really want to see is the baking. So we're going to scoff this down and then onto the chocolate brownies. What are you saying, Sarah?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Great choice, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. And here it is, the moment you've been waiting for, the piece de resistance, the chocolate brownie. Look at that slab. Honestly, if this is my last ever video, I've probably died of a sugar overload. That is outrageous. But Sarah summed up today's diet perfectly to me. She said, this food is not going to my waistline, it's going to my soul, so these calories don't count. Now that sums up the perfect day of food. But this is going to slide down. Little taste test, pizza or this?
It's my best work yet.
My best work, yeah. All right, big man. Oh yeah, I'm bloody well good at it. That is rich. That is some serious calories. I mean, that is good. I'll have a strawberry to counterbalance it. Look at them bits of Kinder. Oh man. I hope you enjoyed the video. So close to staying with that group. More training to do, but it is the road to endurance, and it's all about having fun when you do it. And I'll catch you in the next video.